Doesn't everybody want love without chains? So when you think of chains, you think of something that is restricting you, holding you back. Isn't that the core of what everybody or what people do not want to struggle with? If you could just be free, I think of freedom, freedom to love, freedom to express love. And if you are free to express love, then that means that you are being yourself. It means that you're being unconditionally accepted. It means that you can do whatever love language is yours, receive the best love language that's yours, whether it's acts of service or physical touch or gifts, whatever that is. It's like you're giving it freely, you're receiving it freely. There are no restrictions. And I think if you can get to that magical point in your love life or find love that reflects that, then you have hit the jackpot. But is that really how relationships are designed by nature? I think the thing that can throw you off is if you get into a relationship and you expect perfection, you expect no growth, you expect that this is going to be like fairy tale land. The core design of a relationship is to help you heal from your past wounds. And we generally don't even feel super attracted to someone who isn't going to help us heal from our past wounds. So ideally, you can take a sheet of paper and you can write down all the things that you ideally want in your person, in your mate. And if you were to get all of those things, and we're not just talking about looks, okay, let's say you get somebody that looks really good, that has the height you want, the job you want them to have, the great personality, they are established, you got all that out of the way. And then you start talking about what you want as far as a personality. If you pick this perfect person, you're not even probably more than likely not going to be attracted to them unless you have done a ton of healing work. So you want to think about what was the most hurtful thing to you in your relationship with your parents. Did you have an absent father or absent mother? Did they have, did they hurt you in some type of way? And that's not to put total blame on your parents. We have to forgive them also, because what we forget, we expect, let's say your parents had you when they were 21 or 19. They didn't know much. I mean, they knew a lot, but they didn't know how to navigate this new life of relationship and children. It was new to them. So we put a lot of blame on people who were doing the best they could, or they were making mistakes, or they didn't have prior knowledge, or maybe they didn't study any psychology. So we put a lot of blame on them. So for one thing, we have to learn how to forgive them for their imperfections, but also heal from any damage that was done. You could also be attracting somebody that's similar to a mate that really hurt you, or a classmate that really hurt you. And you might have a person who has some of the good, positive aspects that you enjoyed, that were healthy and amazing, but that person might also come with some things that are going to remind you of your past. And I'm telling you this because I think we all want an easy, happy, fun, perfect relationship. And we become disillusioned real quick when we don't have that core freedom to love, when the chains grip us, they won't let go. We're stuck. We get stuck in a pattern. I can't tell you how many relationships that I've heard about that are just really tough. I just heard some lady talking about that it was her anniversary and her husband hadn't spoken to her the entire day. He had ignored her because they had had a conversation about how they were going to spend money, and she thought that he should hold back a little bit. And I guess he wanted to go balls to the walls with his money. And because he couldn't do that with her blessing, he stonewalled her and didn't speak to her. But she said that's how her entire relationship has been. So she needs to ask some deeper questions, doesn't she, about what is it that's keeping her there? What is it that is attractive about this type of person? If you are fearful avoidant attachment style, or you're attracted to people with this attachment style, first of all, the person can be kind of appealing in many ways because they probably are going to be multi-layered. Okay, so I want you, no matter which side you're on, whether you're attracting this person or you are that person, then I want you to ask yourself a couple of deeper questions today regarding how can you get to this euphoric love? How can you be free to love? By nature of fearful avoidant, the problem is there is no core roadmap. They don't want to be abandoned. And by abandoned, I mean you're going to break up with them. You're going to suddenly one day decide you don't want to be with them. That is the core fear that they have. And so if somebody is dealing with that core fear, they're going to always worry about how to love you, how to receive love. They're going to question things that they shouldn't question. They're going to want to be their quote unquote true authentic selves, but I'm following every rule that you're either telling me or that I'm guessing at. So let's say you were in a rare cranky mood and you snap at them, they're going to probably hold on to that for longer than they should, especially if it happens a couple of times, but that's not really your nature. You're generally very easygoing. They're going to start walking on eggshells because I have to keep that. I have to memorize that something I did made them mad. I'm not sure what it was. And it might not have been you that made them mad at all. It might have been the people at work. And that's what we call displaced anger. You're taking your anger out on somebody that you feel the closest to when they really have done nothing wrong. But if somebody is fearful, avoidant attachment style, that's going to keep them from that core. Remove the chains from love, be free to love. So, what question can you ask yourself regarding this topic that can help you to move to a place of healing? So, I've got a question. Can you free yourself to love? Can you love freely? Can you trust love enough to love the way you want to love somebody and receive the love that they're giving you without restraint? I think for a fearful avoidant, it helps to define what a relationship is. Anything relationship related sometimes needs to be defined, even permission to, you know what? It could just be fun to be in a relationship. They need to kind of know those sorts of things that people may take for granted. And I think we live in such a society now that most people, or maybe not most, but a lot of people are very confused about relationships. If that weren't the case, there wouldn't be a gazillion videos trying to dissect men and women and what this means and how they act. And it just seems like now people want to be entertained. When you look years ago, were people like Barbie dolls in the relationship? They just kind of came as they were. But now it's like everybody wants sophistication. They want emotions. They want to be entertained. They want you to look good for them. And maybe that was always the case, but it just seems like people had roles, but it makes you question, is a relationship for joy? And I will say, yes, the Bible does indicate that marriage is meant to be enjoyed. It emphasizes not only the seriousness of the marital covenant, but also the joy and fulfillment that can come from it. Here are a few points that highlight this aspect for fearful avoidants who need to know. Number one, intimacy. The Song of Solomon is a poetic book in the Bible that celebrates love, desire, and the joy of marital intimacy. It portrays the beauty and pleasure of romantic love within marriage. Number two, mutual enjoyment. Proverbs 5 and 18 through 19 encourages spouses to rejoice in each other and to find satisfaction in their relationship, emphasizing the joy of mutual love and affection. Number three, shared life. The companionship aspect of marriage is meant to bring joy. Couples are encouraged to share experiences, support each other, and build a life together, which can lead to a fulfilling and enjoyable partnership. Four, blessings of marriage. Many passages in the Bible, such as Psalm 128 and 1 through 4, suggest that those who fear the Lord and follow his ways will find happiness and blessings in their marriage. Overall, while marriage carries responsibilities and commitments, it is also designed to be a source of joy, fulfillment, and mutual enjoyment for both partners. And the reason I did research on that is I went to the source because it's confusing. The way people talk about marriages these days, the way that women and men are warring against each other, it is confusing. It makes you think, okay, is this supposed to be fun? Because nobody's acting like it's fun, but I'm giving you permission to have fun and enjoy it. So there are several common misconceptions about marriage that can lead to unrealistic expectations and challenges within the relationships. And I want to share a few with you. Number one, marriage equals happiness. Many people believe that getting married will automatically bring happiness. In reality, while marriage can enhance joy, it requires effort, communication, and work to build a fulfilling relationship. I honestly used to get really angry when people told me that marriage is work. Marriage is work. I would be like, please stop saying that. But I think, it is. Number two, love is enough. While love is a crucial foundation, successful marriages often require more than just love. Factors like trust, respect, communication, and compromise are essential for a healthy partnership. Three, conflict is bad. Some view conflict as a sign of a failing marriage. However, healthy conflict can lead to growth and understanding. It's important to learn how to manage disagreements constructively. 4, couples should be alike. There's a belief that couples should share all the same interests and values. In reality, diversity in personalities and interests can enrich a marriage, provided there's mutual respect and communication. 5, the honeymoon phase lasts forever. Many assume that the intense passion and excitement of the early days of marriage will last indefinitely. Over time, relationships often evolve, and couples may need to work on maintaining intimacy and connection. And I think, they say, oh, you can't stay in that euphoric phase forever. I feel like your home should feel like a home. It shouldn't just be. I struggle with the thought of having to entertain somebody for the rest of my life like I'm a Barbie doll or a puppet show. I think your home should be your home. And I think that's why the honeymoon phase doesn't last forever. Number 6, marriage will solve problems. Some believe that marriage will resolve existing issues such as loneliness or financial problems. However, unresolved issues can become amplified once married, making it essential to address them beforehand. And number 7, one partner should meet all needs. It's common to think that a spouse should fulfill all emotional, social, and personal needs. However, it's healthy for individuals to have a support network outside of their marriage, including friends and family. 8, communication is easy. Many people underestimate the challenges of effective communication. Misunderstandings and assumptions can lead to conflict. So ongoing effort to communicate openly is vital. By recognizing and addressing these misconceptions, couples can build a strong foundation for their marriage and foster a more realistic understanding of what it entails. So, I've written 3 books, one on love, one on narcissism, and one on the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. And if you need help in any of these areas, I will put the links to my books in the description box, and I think you will so enjoy reading them. And I am so thankful for you guys. Thank you for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. And for you guys going on this journey with me, be sure to like and subscribe, like everyone always says, so that we can keep in touch. And I'll see you guys later and in the comment section. Bye.